in 1991, specifically at the most famous international auto show in Geneva. The new leader of the Mercedes army was revealed, as it was worked on for 10 years to be error-free, the undisputed queen of luxury and power, to be the queen of the S-Class line. Today, the VIP car, it was the most luxurious and the largest among the competitors, as it is the first car in the world to come with suction doors, the first side airbags in the world, and the first car to sense the presence of a hand on the side window. Classic elegance that does not fade with time. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class W140, which is known as the Ghost in the Middle East, is one of the most distinguished Mercedes-Benz cars for the cars of its era, as it was the last car designed according to the principle of engineered like no other car, where every detail was taken care of, in order for the car to remain as walkable as possible, which distinguished it so that there are still those who want to own it until the moment because of the amenities and luxury that were ahead of its time. The start of the Mercedes-Benz S-Class W140 project dates back to 1981, as the W126 model was still new at the time, but in order to take care of the smallest details and ensure that there were no errors in the design, the final design was approved in 1987 and the ready-to-be models began to appear for tests. But it was a problem only one: it is the lack of readiness of the M120 engine, which is the first 12-cylinder V12 engine developed by the TuRpo star. The reason for this is the desire of Mercedes-Benz to respond to both Jaguar XJ and BMW 7 Class in its own way. The car was free of any defects as much as possible. This was largely reflected in the price of the car, where the difference was 25% compared to the previous generation. The Mercedes-Benz W140 class was launched in 1991 during the Geneva Motor Show in the same year. The most prominent criticism of the car is its large dimensions, which many suffer due to the lack of the presence of suitable places to park it sufficiently, and its high price affected its sales, as there were many difficult global conditions. Most notably the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Most of the sales returned for both the USA and Japan markets. The production periods of the Mercedes-Benz S-Class W140 can be divided as the follows. 1. Period 1991 to 1993. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class W140 in this period is distinguished by the orange turn signals in front and also the segmented turn signals at the rear, as well as the pillars that protrude on the rear edges of the car for parking assistance. Engine options in this period from the Mercedes-Benz S-Class model W140 started from the 6-cylinder option under the designation 300C for the regular wheelbase and the 300CL for the long. The capacity reached 3.0 liters and the engine produces 230 horsepower. The largest option was a V8 with a capacity of 4.0 liters under the designation 400C/400CL. It produces 286 horsepower. The 500C/500CL model with the capacity of 5.0 liters and produces 320 horsepower. The largest option is the 600CL with a capacity of 6.0 liters and a 12-cylinder V12 that produces 408 horsepower. 1993 to 1995 period. The highlight of this production period of the Mercedes-Benz S-Class model W140 was the change in the naming style, where letters became preceded by numbers. For example, the 600CL became written as 600. A new option of engines appeared under the designation S280, consisting of 6 consecutive cylinders with a capacity of 2.8 liters and produced 190 horsepower. The same period saw the Mercedes-Benz S-Class W140 change the turn signals to white instead of orange, and the taillights got a different design. The engine options remained the same in terms of power. The 300C option became the S320 while the 400C option became the S420. The improvements include giving up for a mechanical odometer in favor of another electronic one. 3. The period 1996 to 1998. In 1995, the pillars that protrude when reversing were abandoned in favor of the sensors in both the front and rear bumpers in the form of circles. The 4-speed automatic gearbox has been abandoned in favor of a more modern 5-speed gearbox. 1996 saw the last facelift of the Mercedes-Benz S-Class W140, which is that the entire body is now one color instead of two different colors. The coupe option from Mercedes-Benz S-Class W140 was initially marketed under the designation SEC, and then in 1995 it was changed to the name S-Coupe. 1998 saw the change to the name CL until the model was retired, but with options for V8 engines with a capacity of 4.2 and 5.0 liters or a V12 with a capacity of 6.0 liter. Model W140, the ability to lock the windows and the sunroof when you press the closing button. In case you forget that, the double windows feature was also provided, which helps provide better sound insulation, and the air conditioner continued to work for 20 minutes after the engine was turned off. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class W140 was rated as one of the safest, most secure and safe cars to protect passengers. At first, it only had dual airbags for both the driver and the side passenger, but since 1996, side airbags have started to appear inside the door linings to protect passengers from side collision. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class W140 was retired in 1998, but it was still sold in the United States until 1999 due to the great demand for it in this particular market. You can order it against bullets, against bombs, against anything you want, as it protected in 1998 the president of Georgia, Edward. On that day the president was wandering the streets, so they caught up with him. They fired RPGs, bullets and shells at him, and he was not scratched and nothing reached him. New S-Class car. Because we love modification, Mercedes-Benz cars go to AMG or Airbus, but AMG did not intervene because it built its 12-cylinder engine, but Airbus did not like to miss the opportunity, so I took it and took out a missile from it, as I called it. The copies were always taken with 12 cylinders. They took out the 6 liters, 7.3 liters, and took out 582 horsepower in it to work of 772 Newton-meters. This is considered a mighty thing, and it was launched from 0 to 100 kilometers with 4.9 seconds. With this number was faster than some supercars with the weight of more than 2 tons. They changed all the leather in the interior cabin slightly different from the original. They put small screens on the headrests with a hanging remote control. Not only did they put a phone, they put a fax as well. It would have cost you a lot of money at about $400,000.
Like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat.